Med wet alert. Today is Med Wet part number 7, Medical Wednesday. Today I discuss medications number 49 through 56.
Tune in as Interpret Your World's co-founder, Juan Prieto, talks about the highlights of his workday as a professional medical video remote interpreter. If you are aspiring to learn something new and gain insight into what the world of medical interpretation is really like, then you've come to the right place. Follow along as Juan talks not only about his success, but the daily challenges he has to overcome to become a better interpreter each and every day. This is Unwind Sessions with Juan Prieto.
So hello and happy Med Wed number 7. Today is Wednesday, September 29, 2021. And good morning, Alejandro. Time to grind. We do it with a smile, right? Because we know the trip is the real reward and so is the destination. So we enjoy every last minute of it. So don't stop until we are millionaires. Or if that's not your thing, then don't stop until you accomplish your goals. Let's get it. Let's get into that grinding mindset. We're going to get it today. Ain't nobody going to outwork us because we goal-oriented and we're going to make it big time. All right. Okay. So no highlights today. Pretty easy day. To be honest, I don't even remember today. Not my best day today, but I just have too much things on my mind, too much things to worry about, and those things were messing with my interpretation, but I did a good job. Didn't forget any words, no new vocabulary words or anything, so it was a good day today. And remember that we are posting vocabulary practice videos on TikTok, Facebook Shorts, YouTube Shorts, Facebook Instagram Reels, which we post to Facebook, and Kawaii. So those are 4 platforms that you can practice your vocabulary on. So there is no excuse for you to not be practicing your medical vocabulary. All right, so let's get to it. Let's do it. Let's practice that vocabulary. Don't forget to share, like, and all that good stuff. Also, we are still accepting comments on MIP 21 because when MIP 21 reaches 100 likes, we're gonna go ahead and pick 2 comments at random, and the people who commented those comments, too many comments. The people that made those 2 comments, we're gonna send them exclusive links to MIP 22. We're gonna give them a chance to record those interpretations. Send those. I'm just messing up big time today. Send those interpretations over to us, and we will provide them with some lovely feedback. 2 more things, please don't go just yet. Remember that we also have a Patreon page for as little as just $1 of your support. You help to motivate us to create much more content, and you have access to everything on the page. The medical practice videos, ad-free scripts, answer sheets, vocabulary list, and much more content. Get on that. It's not going to be $1 forever. So today is your day to support a good cause and get the most bang for your buck. Another thing, if you have 2 years of medical interpretation experience, live in the United States, Mexico, or Costa Rica, and are looking for employment, either BRI or OPI, go ahead and send us an email, interpretyourworld@gmail.com. It is included on the description. This is for a third-party company. Remember, BRI or OPI. So there's a lot of languages available. Send us an email for the information. All right, so now let's get started. So today I took 25 sessions, 3 of which were audio, and I don't even remember what they were about. I just want to end this day today, and sadly for me, I started school on Monday, so I'm gonna go home and do some homework. So ooh, right, the saddest violin in the world playing for me, it's playing that sad song. But yeah, I mean, that good morning to Alejandro was really me getting hyped up to do some homework after work and more work and homework. They should call it something else, home fun or something, at least to make the illusion that it's fun, right? Well, sometimes it's fun. When I like the subject, I love it. I really like most of the subjects in my career. It is, what is it in English? I said it the other day, I confuse it a lot. Business and Development Administration of SMEs, Small and Medium Enterprises. So it's in Mexico, and it's lovely. It's a lovely, lovely career. But sometimes there are some really boring topics. So anyways, you don't need to know that about me. I'm just being nice enough. I'm letting you guys into this head because I think that way we can have a connection, right? Make that learning experience much more, what do you call it? There's a word for that. That it goes both ways. Like it doesn't just flow in one direction. It's a bi-directional conversation flow, whatever. Because sometimes I have doubts. I ask you guys, and you guys tell me, or you guys are curious about something that maybe I don't know or I don't know very well, and then I get to learn it and I got to explain to you guys about it. So I love it. I just love it, and I just feel very, very close to you guys. Fabiola, well, everyone, Rosa, who else? Another, Melissa, Abdul, all of you guys. I'm sorry that if I cannot remember your name from just right off the top of my head, but I mean, you guys are all great. You guys are all awesome, and to everyone that is new, I love you guys, and feel free to ask anything, and I will definitely make a video for it. Or if it doesn't require a video, I'll just hit you up in the comments. But I really love making these videos. I can literally say, like, I can't tell you that I love interpreting because I don't love interpreting. I really like it. Like let's say this is like what I like interpreting, and then like this is love interpreting. So there's a little gap right there, but I definitely love making this video. So no problem for me. Give me all the topics you want, and I will definitely research them, and I will give you I'll give you videos, and just make sure they're interpreting related for this channel. I'll start some other channels. Maybe you can ask me stuff over there, but for the time being, I'm broke and I need to work as an interpreter, and I need to do YouTube videos and all that stuff. So any interpretation questions, I am your man for sure. All right, so let's get started with this 300 medical list on MedWed, and I told you we're gonna be doing 49 through 56 today. Very, very long definitions, but I felt like I learned something today. All right, 49 is Acidromyosin, and in Spanish is Acidromycina, and the brand name for this is Citromax. You're not able to see the brand name that bad, but I mean Citromax, like Citro, as in Azithromycin. So you already have the name. All right, so azithromycin is used to treat certain bacterial infections such as bronchitis, pneumonia, sexually transmitted diseases, and infections of the ears, lungs, sinuses, skin, throat, and reproductive organs. Azithromycin is also used to treat and prevent disseminated Mycobacterium avium complex, or MAC, infection, a type of lung infection that often affects people with human immunodeficiency virus, HIV. Azithromycin is in a class of medications called macrolide antibiotics. It works by stopping the growth of bacteria Antibiotics such as azithromycin will not work for colds, flu, or other viral infections. Using antibiotics when they are not needed, increasing the risk of getting an infection later that resists antibiotic treatment. So yes, let's not use antibiotics unless they have been prescribed. And if I am not mistaken, because I have had sessions where they prescribe azithromycin, and I think that they give this medication whenever they get STD tested, and then I think for chlamydia, uh, that's a treatment for chlamydia. So let me just check real fast. Chlamydia, azithromycin. So yes, I was right. Yes, chlamydia is treated with azithromycin. So I was correct. Yeah, as medical interpreters, we've learned a lot of stuff, but I mean, since they don't test us on it, it just depends on us to actually learn it, right? We should test ourselves. That I don't. Well, yeah, I do when I'm learning new vocabulary, but I haven't done it in so long because, I mean, like today, there was no new vocabulary. And you're just gonna get to a point if you stay in a certain field. Of course, if you do a lot of fields, and more power to you, you're gonna be the best interpreter in the world because, I mean, you're gonna figure out ways to come up with ways to learn new vocabulary well, not on the spot, right? You need to like prepare for it and stuff. But if you stay in a certain field, for example, in medical interpreting, there are gonna be new words and stuff. But for the most part, once I've already been interpreting in like 2 years, you already have like an idea of the words that you have to know, and you already know them. So after 2 years, I think that the things that you have to learn, the learning curve, it just gets bad analogy. I've never is it steeper to knowledge? Yeah, because if it's like this, it's easier, right? But if it's steeper, that means a lot of people just are falling off and they don't complete it. So bad analogy. Actually, after 2 years of interpreting in a certain field, you have enough vocabulary that new stuff in the field, of course, there's going to be a lot of new stuff that you don't know. You probably just hit the tip of the iceberg. But for the most part, the tip of the iceberg in vocabulary is like enough vocabulary to get you through all of the sessions, because most of the time it's going to be repeated and repeated. So just a thought for people that are new interpreters and are just feeling overwhelmed by all of this new vocabulary. Of course, practice every day until you feel comfortable enough, and until like there are new words, until you get a day where you know every single word that was there on that session, on that day, I guess. All right, let's go to number 50. Number 50 is Oxycodone, and in Spanish is Oxycodona. Brand name for this is Oxycodone. I had never heard that name in my life before, Oxycodone. They always call it Oxycodone. And oxycodone is an opiate painkiller. It's used to treat severe pain, for example, after an operation or a serious injury or pain from cancer. It is used for other types of long-standing pain when weaker painkillers such as paracetamol, ibuprofen, and aspirin. This is the first time that I ever seen something in English call it paracetamol. Paracetamol is acetaminophen, and that's Tylenol. Have not worked. Oxycodone is only available on prescription. It comes in slow-release tablets, capsules, and a liquid which you swallow. It can also be given by an injection, but it is usually done in hospitals. Oxycodone is also known by other brand names as Oxynorm and the Oxycontin. It is sometimes given as a tablet, which also has medicine called naloxone in it, Targinac. This is used to prevent certain side effects such as constipation. All right, so oxycodone, definitely a medication that is prescribed a lot after surgeries. and it is an opiate. So, as all the opiates, these are medications that are controlled. So you have to sign a a consent or a I forgot, and I was gonna research the correct word because I don't know exactly what it is, but it's basically like a contract saying that you're not gonna abuse the medication, you are going to use it as prescribed, you are going to dispose of it if you don't use it, and all of this is because this is a very addictive medication. I mean, it has an opiate in it, which, well, morphine and um, what's the drug called? What's the drug called? This synthetic morphine. Well, morphine is synthetic as well, right? I don't know. No, morphine is natural, and they add something to more heroin, morphine and heroin. So it's kind of like that type of medication. So it is very, very good for pain control, but it is also very dangerous and it can become addictive. And I've had some cases where people become addicted to it and it's bad. Uh, so yeah, this is a medication that definitely you're gonna get to know very well. And the next one as well. This one is Warfarin, and in Spanish is Warfarina, and the brand name is Coumadin. And they use it interchangeably. Coumadin, Warfarin, they don't care. All right, warfarin is a type of medicine known as an anticoagulant or blood thinner. It makes your blood flow through your veins more easily. This means your blood will be less likely to make a dangerous blood clot. Warfarin is also used to treat people who have had a previous blood clot, such as a blood clot in the leg, deep vein thrombosis, or DVT, a blood clot in the lungs, pulmonary embolism. It's also used to prevent blood clots if you're at high risk of having them in the future. This includes people with abnormal heartbeat, atrial fibrillation, a replacement or mechanical heart valve, a blood clotting disorder such as thrombophilia, a higher chance of having a blood clot after an operation. Warfarin is only available on prescription. It comes as tablets and as a liquid that you swallow. So there was a lot of vocabulary words right there. Definitely go ahead and rewind this video if you didn't know some of those words, especially deep vein thrombosis, DVT, pulmonary embolism, atrial fibrillation. They're gonna come up, definitely. Deep vein thrombosis, not that much. That was a new vocabulary word, probably a couple, 2-3 months ago that I've heard it for the first time, and it's included in one of the online sessions. So warfarin is a medication that they give to patients that have problems with their flow, with their blood flow, or they need their clotting factor to be down. I'm gonna say down because I'm guessing down means less. I'm not sure if a down clotting factor means more, so correct me if I'm wrong. But let's just say, for an example, let's say that it makes your clotting factor go down. That way your blood is flowing through your body. Why? Because if you have atrial fibrillation, your heart is not beating correctly. So if it's not, and I've already explained this in another video, like if like it's supposed to like expand, but instead of expanding, it like contracts again. So that just makes like a whirlpool, let's call it, of blood, and the blood that is just floating around in this whirlpool. And this whirlpool analogy, that's just from my imagination. I have no idea if it creates a whirlpool or what it does, but I'm guessing something like that happens. And since the blood is just going around in circles, it just clots up, and then it could like clog the heart artery, and then you have major complications. Another thing is to prevent blood clots in the legs for any reason that there might be fear that the person might have a blood clot, or if there is a blood clot, right? Who had a previous blood clot? No, this is not to prevent that. This is if they've already had it, like it's already been removed, or a blood clot in the lungs or in the legs, which are very dangerous. So this is a medication to thin the blood and anticoagulant. You will get to interpret that medication a lot. Number 52, and I have to read this one because I don't know which one. Methylphenidate, and the Spanish word for this is Methylphenidato, and the brand name is Ritalin. I've already told you the story about Ritalin. Ritalin is a medication that I was made aware of way before I became a medical interpreter. I'm not going to bore you with the story. Let me just give you the definition. Methylphenidate belongs to a group of medicines called stimulants. They work by increasing activity in the brain, particularly in areas that help control attention and behavior. Methylphenidate is used to treat children with attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. It helps with hyperactivity and impulse behavior and allows them to concentrate better. It is also used to treat adults with ADHD or narcolepsy, a sleep disorder. Methylphenidate is only available on prescription. It comes as labels in capsules called immediate release or extended release. Some children may need to take both extended and immediate release methylphenidate to help improve their ADHD. So definitely this is a medication to help people that have ADHD, and it just helps them to concentrate much better. It is prescription only. That means you cannot go to the store and buy this medication. You have to be diagnosed and have a prescription to help you with to help the patients with ADHD. So I have never had to interpret this medication though. I've had to interpret I've never had to deal with this medication in a session. But I've had the experience to work with other medications for ADHD, just not Ritalin, ever since I became a medical interpreter. All right, and let's get to number 53. Number 53 is Apixaban. In Spanish, it's the same, just that it has an accent on the A, Apixaban, and Eliquis is the brand name for it, Eliquis. And to be honest, I saw Apixaban and I looked it up and I didn't even know what Apixaban was. But when I saw that the brand name was Eliquis, I definitely knew what Eliquis was. Like I told you, they will use the name Eliquis. Apixaban, not so much. I think Eliquis sounds a little bit more easier to remember. Apixaban is used to help prevent strokes or blood clots in people who have atrial fibrillation, a condition in which the heart beats irregularly, increasing the chance of clots forming in the body and possibly causing strokes. Okay, I did not mention strokes when I was giving my explanation, but there you go. Atrial fibrillation is bad. That is not caused by heart valve disease. Apixaban is also used to prevent deep vein thrombosis, DVT, blood clot usually in the leg, and pulmonary embolism, PE, a blood clot in the lung. In people who are having hip replacement or knee replacement surgery, Apixaban is also used to treat DVT and PE and may be continued to prevent DVT and PE from happening again after the initial treatment is completed. Apixaban is in a class of medications called factor XA inhibitors. It works by blocking the action of certain natural substances that helps blood clots to form. So this is similar to Warfarin. I have no idea what is the difference between them, right? I'm not a pharmacist. But definitely this is another medication that also gets prescribed a lot. And sometimes these types of medications, not necessarily Eliquis or Warfarin, because I am not sure, but some of these medications are prescribed to patients who are bedridden, who are in bed all the time, And they give them these medications because if they are laying in bed for a very long time, and I'm talking about anticoagulants, right? Not necessarily this name of medication or the other name of medication, because I know that definitely there is a medication that is an injection and they put it in the belly when people are in the hospital for a long time, but when they send them home, since people at home regularly don't know how to give injections, then they send them home with some sort of anticoagulant that they can take at home. And anticoagulants are very dangerous, so they need to do INR checks, which is, INR stands for international, I don't remember what it stands for, but it's a test to see your blood clotting factor. And if it's too high, then that means your blood is too thick. If it's, well, no, I'm sorry, I don't know if it's high or low, what that means. But one of those values, either high or low, means your blood is too thin, or if it's too high, let's just look it up, right? INR values. Meaning, all right, let's see. In healthy people, INR 1.1 or below is considered normal. INR 2.0 to 3.0 is generally an effective therapeutic range for people taking warfarin. All right, so the lower the, yes, definitely. Okay, we can do that. The lower that the INR value is, that means the faster your blood is going to clot. The higher the INR value, the slower it is going to clot. And they need to keep on checking this. Like, I think every week they need to check that, and then they just switch up the medications to make sure that the INR is within an accepted range, or yeah, an accepted range for the patient, especially for the patient. All right, let's move on to 54. 54 is glipizide, glipizida in Spanish, and glucotrol. I had never heard glucotrol in my life, but there's a lot of people that are prescribed glipizide. Glipizide is used along with diet and exercise, and sometimes with other medications to treat type 2 diabetes, condition in which the body does not use insulin normally and therefore cannot control the amount of sugar in the blood. Glipizide is in a class of medications called sulfonylureas. I don't know if I said that wrong. Sulfonylureas. Glipizide lowers blood sugar by causing the pancreas to produce insulin, a natural substance that is needed to break down sugar in the body and help the body use insulin efficiently. This medication will only help lower blood sugar in people whose bodies produce insulin naturally. Glipizide is not used to treat type 1 diabetes, condition in which the body does not produce insulin and therefore cannot control the amount of sugar in the blood, or diabetic ketoacidosis, a serious condition that may occur if high blood sugar is not treated. So definitely glipizide, since it is to treat type 2 diabetes, which type 2 diabetes is a condition where the body still makes a little bit of insulin, just not insulin to get all of the sugar into your body for energy, right? So they give this medication to help those patients with type 2 diabetes. And if they happen to develop type 1 diabetes, then they will take them off this medication because this medication no longer works. And this is a medication that is prescribed a lot for patients with diabetes, but in my experience, it is not, and of course in the list, right? It's not more prescribed than metformin. Metformin was like in the first 20 maybe in the list, I don't remember. But glipizide is 54, and but it definitely is a medication that you need to get acquainted with. All right, and number 55. We're almost done. Damn. Number 55 is ergocalciferol, and in Spanish it's the same, ergocalciferol, and the name is Drisdol. So Drisdol is used, actually ergocalciferol is used in the treatment of hypoparathyroidism, condition in which the body does not produce enough parathyroid hormone. Refractory rickets, softening and weakening of bones that does not respond to treatment, and familiar hypophosphatemia, rickets or osteomalacia caused by an inherited condition with a decreased ability to break down vitamin D in the body. Ergocalciferol is in a class of medications called vitamin D analogs. It works by helping the body to use more of the calcium found in foods or supplements. So I have had the experience of working in a session with ergocalciferol, but I think it's only been once in my whole interpreting career, so I don't remember. But now that I have been reading the definition, of course, yeah, definitely. This is a treatment for thyroid, parathyroid condition, hypoparathyroidism. So this is a medication for those patients that are having problems with their parathyroid hormone. All right, and like I said, I've only dealt with this medication once, so there is not that much information other than the definition that I can give you. And for number 56 and last in today's list is ketapine and ketipina in Spanish, right? And in Spanish, ketiapina. And the brand name is Seroquel. And Seroquel is one of those medications that I have had experience with. I don't remember how many times, but this does seem like a very familiar medication. Ketapine tablets and extended release long-acting tablets are used to treat the symptoms of schizophrenia, a mental illness that causes disturbed or unusual thinking, loss of interest in life, and strong or inappropriate emotions. Ketapine tablets and extended release tablets are also used alone or with other medications to treat episodes of mania, which is frenzied, abnormal, excited, or irritated mood or depression in patients with bipolar disorder, maniac depressive disorder, ADC, episodes of mania, and other abnormal moods. In addition, ketapine tablets are extended release tablets are used with other medications to prevent episodes of mania or depression. I already said that. Oh, I lost my place. Ketapine extended release tablets are also used along with other medications to treat depression. Ketapine tablets may be used as a part of a treatment program to treat bipolar disorder and schizophrenia in children and teenagers. Ketapine is in a class of medications called atypical antipsychotics. It works by changing the activity of certain unnatural substances in the brain. So I don't really remember the session that I had to work with Seroquel, but I'm pretty sure it must have been depression related, because I have not had that many cases of schizophrenia, and the ones that I've had don't really talk about the medication. And so yeah, Seroquel, I'm pretty sure the times that I've had to interpret were in sessions where the patient was suffering depression. And I don't remember if in one of those sessions they probably switched from Seroquel to something else, or from something else to Seroquel. That's all I can remember. There's not much else that I can remember about this medication. But yeah, I'm pretty sure, I'm very, very certain that the times that I've had to deal with this medication in an interpretation session, it has been because of depression. All right, and we finally made it to the end of today's list. So you have 8 more medications to work with. And that is going to be the end for me today. Please leave your questions in the comments and I will answer some of them in the next session. Remember that if anything is time sensitive, let me know and I will do my best to get to it before the rest of my queue. Remember that I'll be here every Monday through Friday after work, rain, sleet, hail, or snow, right? And Much love to all of our Patreons. Much love to everyone that has bought us a coffee. Much love to all of our subscribers. And a lot of love to everyone that is watching, and all of our viewers and you that is watching the end of this video. So thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe if you like the video for much more content. And don't forget to share. Happy interpreting. Goodbye.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Unwind Sessions. Make sure to subscribe on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to your favorite shows. And if you learned something new today, it'd be great if you left us a review. You can also visit us on patreon.com/interpretyourworld or visit our website, interpretyourworld.com. Unwind Sessions.
over there. And as always, I will be posting all the links to these pages down below in the description box.